Good afternoon, one and all. This is Aparna Rajhans, Head Department of Second Languages and Faculty of Sanskrit. Let's invoke the God Almighty through the Shanti Mantra, wishing for the welfare of all. ॐ सर्वै अपि सुखिनः सन्तु सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. The UNESCO has declared 21st February as International Mother Language Day to promote dissemination of mother language of all and create awareness of linguistic and cultural traditions and diversity across the world and to inspire solidarity amongst the people of different customs, cultures, speaking different languages. In India, Matribhasha Diwas is celebrated every year on this date to promote the use of mother tongue. Matribhasha Diwas is celebrated in a grand manner to promote and preserve mother languages with the following objectives: highlight the linguistic diversity in our country, encourage usage of not only the respective mother languages but other Indian languages as well, to understand diverse cultures in India and various forums of literature, craft, performing arts, scripts, and other forms of creative expression. Being a Maharashtrian, I would say Mata Tashi Swabhasha and लाभते आभास भाग्य बोलतो मराठी. And being in Hyderabad, Telangana, Desha Bhasha Landu Telugu Lessa, the famous quotation of Sri Krishna Devaraya. Without any further ado, I would like to once again welcome today's chief guest, Professor K.Neelkantham Garu. It is said, Bharatasya pratishthe dve, Sanskritam Samskritis tatha. Sanskritam Jagatah Ati Prachina Samruddha Shastriya cha Bhasha Asti. Iyam Bharata Samskara Koshagarasya Kunchika Bhashantaranam Mata Vadhatri Vastanyada Chiram. Sir is presently holding the position of Director, Sanskrit Academy, Osmania University. Sir has also been the head of the Sanskrit Department and Board of Studies Chairman, Osmania University. Sir's specializations include literature and grammar. Sir has guided and produced 10 PhD scholars and 12 MPhil students. Sir has also published and edited 34 books on various topics. Sir has organized 9 national seminars. It is indeed an honor to have you, sir, amongst us today. Aham punascha bhavatam swagatam vyaharami. Dhanyavadaha. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
धन्यवादाः अपर्णा. महान्तं सन्तोषम् अनुभवामि. इदा अद्य अन्ताराष्ट्रीय मातृभाषा दिवसोत्सव सन्दर्भे भवतां कलाशालायाः अध्यापकान् छात्रान् उद्दिश्य भाषितुं कश्चन अवकाशः लब्धः इति कृत्वा अहं महान्तम् आनन्दम् अनुभवामि. अस्तु, श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयम् नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् सर्वेभ्यः अध्यापकेभ्यः एवञ्च कलाशालायाः प्रांशुपालवर्याः डॉक्टर डी सुन्दर रेड्डी वर्याः अस्माकं संस्कृत सहाध्यापिका अपर्णा राजहंस एवञ्च अन्ये विशिष्टाः विद्वद्वरेण्याः अध्यापकाः सर्वेभ्यः नमांसि। छात्रगणेभ्यः शुभाशिषः एवञ्च अन्ताराष्ट्रीय मातृभाषा दिवसोत्सव सन्दर्भेऽस्मिन् भवद्भ्यः सर्वेभ्यः शुभकामनाः। आदौ एव उक्तवान् अहम् I am very much delighted to be part of these celebrations of your college. I'm so happy. Most of you indeed must have heard the famous shloka Vagarthaviva Sampruttau Vagartha Pratipattaye Jagatah Pitarau Vande Parvati Parameshwarau. This shloka is the first shloka of the famous Mahakavya, the great epic Raghuvamsha, that is composed by none other than the great poet of India, Mahakavi Kalidasa. Why I have taken this shloka in the beginning? This shloka speaks about the importance of the language. Of course, Kalidasa Mahakavi used a very small word, vak, that is the language, vak and artha. Kalidasa, the great poet, offers salutations to Parvati and Parameshwara. He says, Jagataha Pitarau Vande. They were the parents of the whole universe. He offers salutations to Parvati and Parameshwara, the parents of the universe, in the beginning of the Raghuvamsha Mahakavya. He requests the parents of the universe, Parvati and Parameshwara, to give him a very good command over the language, word, and the meaning. Vagartha viva sampraktau, Vagartha pratipattaye, Vagartha pratipattaye. He wants to have a very good command over the language in which he is going to write, he is going to compose a great epic on the theme of Valmiki Ramayana. Of course, not simply on Valmiki Ramayana. He has followed Vayu Purana and Bhavishya Purana and many other Puranas. Because Valmiki Ramayana consists of the story from Dasharatha to the end of Ramavatara. But here in Raghuvamsha, he has described almost 27 kings, those belong to the Raghu's dynasty. Okay, it's all right. And here, Vagartha Pratipattaye very clearly says that he wants to have good command over the Vak and Artha, language and meaning. And for that, he has offered salutations to Parvati Parameshwara, the inseparable combination of Parvati Parameshwara. So, at this, being the greatest poet in the world, he, in the beginning of the Raghuvamsha, he offered salutations to Parvati Parameshwara. And here he teaches, he shows the importance of the culture and traditions depicted in the language. What is the culture? What is the tradition? Before beginning any auspicious work, one should make an invocation. That is the tradition. That is the culture of our Bharata Desha. So he teaches us the culture of the language here in this shloka. You all must have surprised, my dear students and colleagues, on seeing Aparna Rajhams inviting me, a Sanskrit teacher and Sanskrit researcher. She introduced me, the director of Sanskrit Academy, as a guest on International Mother Language Day. Sanskritam, how could be mother language? Maybe you surprise. You may have a question like, here I wish to quote a Telugu quotation said by Vinukonda Vallabharayudu. And some people say that Srinatha Mahakavi also said this. But this is taken from Vinukonda Vallabharayudu. He clearly says in Telugu that Janani Samskrutambu Sakala Bhashalakunu. And another famous quotation given by some unknown poet, that is, Janani Samasta Bhashalaku Samskruta Bhasha Dharatalam Munan. I repeat, Janani Samasta Bhashalaku Samskruta Bhasha Dharatalam Munan. So, Sanskritam is the mother of all mother languages. Therefore, I thought that Aparna might have invited me to speak and to address you all a few words. So, Sanskritam, it is being accepted by not only Telugu people, Telugu poets and Telugu authors, accepted by the poets of all languages in India and even abroad. Sanskritam itself, Amarakosham, says that Bhasha Sumukhya Madhura Divya Girvana Bharati. Look at that. Bhashasu Mukhya Madhura Divya Girvana Bharati. It is very clear that Girvana Bharati, Samskrita Bhasha, is prominent among all other languages, and it is Madhura and it is divine. Therefore, the saying which I use now, Janani Samasta Bhashalaku Samskrita Bhasha Dharatalam Munan. So Samskrita Bhasha is the mother of all mother languages. Not only the Indian languages, the words of Sanskritam are seen in the languages, Western languages even. Whether people agree with it or not, but the influence of Sanskritam undoubtedly is there in all languages. There is no doubt at all. So, my dear students, the language will take us to global values. Languages, not simply one language. any mother language, any mother language, any language that will take us to the global values and the literature, and the literature is the vehicle of our culture and tradition. So there is not any literature without language. Like just now, Kalidasa's quotation we have seen, Vagartha vivasam bruktau, Vagartha pratipataye, Vagartha vivasam bruktau. And language and literature go together. So without a language, there is no literature at all. So language will take us to the global values, and literature is the vehicle of our culture and traditions. The languages are for the enlightenment of the students, there is no doubt. Language will definitely enlighten the student community. I proudly say, being the teacher of a particular language, Sanskritam. The languages, the languages, apart from science and technology and social sciences and all other subjects, but languages only will teach us the integrity that is called akhandata in Sanskritam and in Bharatiya bhashas. Akhandata, Purnata, the integrity that is being taught by the language only. And self-respect, self-respect, Atma Gauravam, and then modesty, Vinayaha, Namrashilata, and the patience, Sahanam, Kshama, and then uh, creativity, Kalpana Shakti, and the most important is truthfulness, Satyam, Dharma, and then self-confidence, Atmavishwasaha. So these all good merits, and all these qualities are being taught only by the language. Only by the language, there is no doubt at all. Unless unless you have in your mind that akhandata, unless you have the self-respect, unless you have vinayam, namrashilata, unless you have the patience, sahanam, and kalpana shakti, and truthfulness, and atmavishwasa, you cannot shine, one cannot shine in any field in the world. So that is the greatness of the languages, my dear students. We would definitely obtain all these merits when we develop enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is most important thing. You should have Shraddha. Bhagavad Gita always says, I quote always, Shraddhavam labhate jnanam. So you should have Shraddha. Shraddha means enthusiasm. Shraddha means faith. Shraddha means faith. Shraddha means enthusiasm. There are many meanings for Shraddha. So in order to obtain all these qualities, my second language Sanskritam. My second language was Sanskritam, and my second language was Telugu or Marathi or Kannada or Hindi or any other language. But I did not know anything. This akhandata, this atma gauravam, this vinaya, this namrashilata, satyam, dharmam, atmavishwasam. Just because you are lacking shraddha, enthusiasm in it. You should develop utsaham in learning the language. Then only you can have a very good command over the language, and ultimately you can shine in the world. So my dear students and colleagues, you should encourage yourself to learn the language. Of course, teacher will always encourage in the classroom. But a teacher's duty is to teach you as far as he can or she can. But At the same time, the students, you should have that Shraddha in you. Then only you can improve the skill in the languages. You can have more and more skills in the language. And of course, I I agree that the teacher's part also is very important in teaching the languages. Not simply, I cannot say that teacher's duty is not there. Only the students should take interest in it, and the teacher will come and teach you and will go away. But you should develop enthusiasm, and at the same time, the teacher also should have the shraddha in him or in her to teach you, to take you to the morals that are depicted in the language and literature. This is not my word, my dear friends. Vishnu Dharmottara Purana, long ago composed by Vyasa Maharshi, says that Sanskritam Sanskritaihi Prakrutairvakyaihi Yaha Shishyam Anurupataha Deshabhasha Deshabhashatyupayaischa Sanskritaihi Prakrutairvakyaihi Yashishyam Anurupataha Deshabhashatyupayaischa Bodhayet Sagurusmrutaha. See that Vishnu Dharmottara Puranam said long ago. Simply, teacher's duty does not end with something throwing some knowledge upon the students and leaving the class. He or she should concentrate upon each and every student, whether he is able to reach each and every student or not. He has to concentrate upon the language that is being used by him or her in the classroom. What Vishnu Dharmottara Purana says that Samskritaihi Prakrutaihi Vakyaihi. Prakrutaihi Vakyaihi. Don't think that Prakruta means Prakrit language. The language that is being used by the children at their village, in their family, because the Prakriti and Vikruti we say in Telugu, Prakriti and Vikruti. So there is a difference between Prakriti and Vikruti. The people generally, when we go to the villages, when we go to the villages and interact with the students of in the villages, definitely the language that is being spoken by them, the village language only, that is Prakrutam, because their own natural language that is called Prakrutam. And then Sanskritam, here Sanskritam means not Sanskrit language, my dear friends. Sanskritaihi, the words that are refined, that are being used by the teacher. And the words, the language that is the language of the students, the language of the children, he should go down to their level. And then first he has to use the words, the language that is being used by the children at their level. And then slowly he should bring them to the refined language, Sanskritam. So entering, getting entered into the classroom, if you go and if you start just speaking some very good English or Sanskritam or Telugu, whatever the language, the students cannot understand. Students will have the face of question mark. They can't hear to you. They can't understand you. Therefore, it is the duty of the teacher to go to the levels of the students. Vishnu Dharmottara Purana clearly says that Desha Bhasha Dhyupayaischa. He should have more and more upayas, many parts, many means, including Desha Bhasha, the language that is the language of their mother tongue. Desha Bhasha means their mother tongue. their mother language.
वो इलेक्शन
If they
रिकॉर्ड
are not
बनाना
able to understand, it
इलेक्शन
is the
रिकॉर्ड
duty of the
बनाना
teacher to make them understand through their mother language.
थर्सडे का नहीं वो
Teacher cannot say that I do not know their mother language.
डाल दिए देखो उसको
It is his or her duty to know their mother language. So Vishnu Dharmottara Purana highlights this point, my dear friends, that Bodhayet Saguru Smritaha, he is only called a true teacher who goes down to the levels of the students in order to make them perfect in the languages. In the beginning, he or she should be definitely use the language that is being taught, that is being known by the students, by the children. But later, he has to bring them to the refined language. Then only it could be possible for the students to understand the language of the teacher. So that is what our Puranas, our Vedas, our Upanishads, and everything, the Sampradayam of Bharata Desha itself highlights this point, my dear students, my dear friends. So, to create and to develop the interest in the student, the teacher should go down to the level and try maximum to make the students understand the things very easily. He should take the help of mother language in order to convey the theme of the lesson, or whatever the problem maybe. When science is being taught, when mathematics is being taught, when technology is being taught, the teacher should take the help of mother language. Since it is English medium school, it is English medium college, I do not take help of, I do not speak in mother tongue. That is not at all correct on the part of the teacher. Therefore, mother language has got very great importance. Any subject, teaching any subject, mother language is most important. And because the language is inseparable part of human society. Just now I have quoted Kalidasa's shloka, Vagrtha Pratipattaye. That is what here it says. The language is inseparable part of human society. Without language, there is not any society. And there is not any society without any language. So this combination is inseparable combination. And you know well that human civilization has been possible only through language and literature. Human civilization has been possible only through language and literature. It is through the language only that humanity has come out of the stone age and developed the science, art, technology in a big way. There is no doubt at all. People, the teachers who are proud of their background in sciences, in technology, they may feel proud and they may underestimate the importance of the language. But without language, nothing can be taught. A teacher, maybe he or she is science teacher or expert in technology, should have a very good command over the language and literature. Then only that teacher only could be able to teach well the students and take them to the global levels. So therefore, I request the teaching community to concentrate upon the importance of mother languages. We should go down to the level of the students, as I told you in the beginning. And you all know well that International Mother Language Day is observed on the 21st of February of every year to promote awareness of linguistic, cultural diversity and to promote multilingualism. See that International Mother Language Day is celebrated on the 21st of February every year to promote awareness of linguistic, cultural diversity and promote multilingualism. Here, this day is a part of broader initiative to promote the preservation and protection of all languages used by the people in the world. The idea to celebrate International Mother Language Day, it is said, came from Bangladesh first. And of course, after that, many other countries have come forward requesting the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. What is this? ఇదేంటి సార్ ఏదో పెద్దగా చదివారు యునైటెడ్ నేషన్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషనల్ సైంటిఫిక్ అండ్ కల్చరల్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్. వాట్ ఈస్ దట్ యునెస్కో? So the UNESCO, many countries have pleaded the UNESCO to declare this. Therefore, the General Conference of the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, have decided to celebrate the 21st February of every year as International Mother Language Day in the year when it is decided in the year 2000. From then onwards, the 21st February is celebrated as International Mother Language Day. What is this? Only on this particular day we speak something about the languages? No, it is not at all. Without language, just now we have seen that language is inseparable part of human society. Therefore, the language day today, since the UNESCO have declared that International Mother Language Day, we speak something about the importance of the mother languages. But I request you all to not to forget the mother languages. Maybe we are influenced by English, the Western language, and even Hindi and some other languages. But we should not forget our mother language. And every year, the UNESCO has a
Yeah, good afternoon once again. I think there is some hitch, I think, from its side, some technical issue, because sir's audio has been stuck, I feel. I don't know, I have messaged him whether he will be joining, but I would like to continue with this program. Yeah, I don't know. I think sir is facing some technical issue. Anyway, I would like to thank sir about the qualities he has told us, which we can learn through the language, like Akhandata, Atmagauram, Vinayam, Sahasam, Kshama, Kalpana Shakti, Atma Vishwasaha. And without these merits, which we learn through language and literature, we cannot shine in any of the fields. Now I will invite my Telugu faculty, Ananthalakshmi ma'am, to render the formal vote of thanks. Over to you, ma'am.
అందరికీ శుభ మధ్యాహ్నం. మా ఆహ్వానాన్ని మన్నించి మా కోసం అంతర్జాలంలో మాతృభాష ప్రాధాన్యతను గురించి ప్రసంగించినందుకు ప్రొఫెసర్ నీలకంఠం గారికి మా ధన్యవాదాలు తెలియజేసుకుంటున్నాము. అదేవిధంగా ఈ అవకాశాన్ని ఇచ్చినందుకు సెయింట్ జోసెఫ్స్ డిగ్రీ అండ్ పీజీ కాలేజ్ ప్రిన్సిపల్ ఫాదర్ డాక్టర్ డి సుందర్ రెడ్డి గారికి మా సెకండ్ లాంగ్వేజ్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ తరఫున ధన్యవాదాలు తెలియజేసుకుంటున్నాం. అదే ఈ కార్యక్రమంలో పాల్గొన్న విద్యార్థులకు, అధ్యాపకులకు అందరికీ కూడా పేరు పేరున నా ధన్యవాదాలు తెలియజేస్తున్నాను.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. And with this, we conclude today's session. I once again thank the resource person. He is my guru also, who has taught me Sanskrit, that all I know. And all the participants and my colleagues, even from other colleges. I thank everyone to be present here this afternoon. Thank you once again. Thank you, and have a nice day.